Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am Bob White to everyone. I was conceived in Abilene, Texas. My mom told me one night. Well, I was like, Ma, I don't want to know where I was conceived.
Hello, I'm Bob White. Welcome to the Channel 56 Star Trek Club.
Going, hey, are you the bumbling gentleman, also known as Bob, what have you? And oh, hello. I usually do not present myself as in naked nudity, but so do you want to watch Experimentally Ill, or shall I? Well, you know, it's what's being done.
Hi, this is Paul McGillicuddy, and I'm at CCTV Experimentally Ill.
And in time, Paul reached the outer reaches of our galaxy, traveling to places that most men can only dream of. Beyond the moon, beyond the stars, beyond the known, to the old gods, and the old gods they were. And Paul dwelt among them, until the time came when he found himself within their ranks. Paul became all, and we are Paul, and Paul is all, and we are all Paul.
Sometimes I obsess about something that would be completely trivial to most people, but it gets stuck in my head, and I just obsess about it for months or even years. Like in the morning, they throw the morning paper in the really far part of my yard. And one time I just had enough, and I just went out. I went on the sidewalk and I went after the paper boy. And then the paper boy suddenly turned around and went after me. I was mortified. That was so humiliating. And I'm sure he hasn't even thought about it. He was a little pissed off when it happened, and then the next day he didn't think about it. He never thought about it again, but it stuck in my mind, and I guess that's what they call obsessive compulsive disorder. Thank you. That's ridiculous.
The power of art and creativity in the face of those darker times. There's a quote that our late artist friend Mick Cusimano used to float around, and it was, you can either be a creator or you can be a destroyer. And so in this life, having only one, I feel that when things are getting out of control in your day-to-day life, grabbing a pen and a pad, writing out those feelings, or expressing them with a paintbrush to be able to generate something really helps to affirm that you are here. Not all of us want to go on and have children and have the white picket fence, right? Some of us are content to create a cave painting to leave behind. I think art can really have that, catharsis, that purging effect. Maybe others will see it and, gee, I never thought of that. That may be the way that sets a path for others to express themselves. And when you really get down to it, it's not supposed to be easy. I remember the great punk rocker Henry Rollins saying that, taking your guts, taking your insides, and pulling them out and laying it bare. And the filmmaker Kevin Smith talked about taking the fatty chunks of your heart and sticking them on a platter and projecting them up on the screen for you, the audience. And it's a scary thing, being vulnerable, making art, putting it up in front of a bunch of strangers. But hey, art is not just a distraction, not just something superficial. The next guy or girl or whoever may love it, and they'll never know. You'll never know what you can do, what you can create in your wake if you don't take a step forward towards art.
The 1980s, remember them? VHS versus Beta. Oh, I remember that. battle so very, very well. How everyone went out to get a VHS recorder. Turned out Beta was the better technology, but for some reason it didn't happen. So we all had these VHS. Oh, by the way, our younger audience, let me tell you, VHS stood for, what did it stand for? Anyway, they were like these little box-like tapes. Tapes, so of course I'll have to explain that to you later. But anyway, you'd feed it into these machines, you'd slide it in, and you'd hit a button, and like the tapes would actually roll. I mean, actually did physical rolling back then. I mean, that's how primitive our technology was. And you could actually watch movies on it. Oh, yeah! But the problem was you had to, take it back to a store. They had a store back then. What was it called? Oh yeah, Blockbuster. Yeah. You would like actually physically have to go down to the store. You would have to rent a tape of a movie, and then you would take it home. You'd watch it, and then you'd have to bring it back. And you'd get in trouble if you didn't rewind it, because they took a very dim view of tapes that weren't rewound. Those were the 80s, friends.
DL. The desert laments your absence. The void thinks of you constantly and regards you with envious eyes. DL, are you paying attention? You know the universe cherishes you, DL. It wants your brain. I want your brain. I want to put your brain into a computer. So it will be the ultimate AI crazy arts generator, generating DL art. Just think of the video games that could be made with your brain, the graphics. DL, desert laments your absence, DL. They need you here. It needs you here. And one day, it will claim you. The void will claim you as its own. And you will ascend to godhood like you deserve. The god in waiting, gestating inside your earthly body as you nourish it with pancakes from, that restaurant. DL, you are loved. You are loved, DL. Oh yes, you're loved. I want the whole theater to say, love you, DL. It will be okay. DL, you must believe this.
And so another Fan Expo Boston has come and gone. This year of 2023 will long be remembered as one of the most exciting, colorful, and creative of all of these events. For 3 days, average people became superheroes. They became space travelers. They became, whatever they wanted to be. They let their imaginations soar as high as they could possibly imagine. They became characters in their own comic books, their own movies, their own TV shows. They became the stars. Oh, we had some big-time celebrities here like Henry Winkler and William Shatner, but really, the more I think about it, the more I think the people who come to these things are the stars. They're the ones who throw away the shackles of an average, everyday, humdrum existence for just a few hours to imagine what it would be like to jump tall buildings at a single bound, to ride in the Batmobile, to travel on board the USS Enterprise. And nothing restricts anyone here. Not race, not color, not custom, not costume. So if you want to be a Jedi warrior, or if you want to be Spider-Man climbing the tall buildings, you can be that. You can be anything you want to be. Until next year, when once again the superheroes will don their capes and take us to a whole new world.